guys, today what we'll be doing is a little bit of trading. It's just going to be a short little video. It wasn't a time-lapse it, but since it's not that big of a route, basically give a small tutorial on it. Now this doesn't really matter which ship you have. I'm doing it in the cutter. I mean, you can do this in, let's see what they have here. I mean, it basically just depends on your jump range of like what you do. They actually sell it here. But yeah, oh wow, they had it so close to me too. Alright, enough of that, but yeah, basically, it doesn't matter what you're doing this in, you know, as long as you can, you know, a little bit of cargo. Probably the Cobra Mark IV would actually probably be a decent ship for it. Yeah, we're just doing trading, and yeah, you don't really need much for it. So, let's get into it. First, I'm going to open up the commodities market, and the second, I'll put a link to in the video description, but, I'm going to go to the eddb, or whatever you want to call it, but it's a trading tool website that I like to use for on days when I can't be bothered to, you know, fly around system to system to, you know, find a specific trade route. And this is the one we'll specifically be doing today. I haven't updated, like, specifically all of these parts. The reason I'm using specifically Bali City over here is because if we go over here to the route finder, and I will show you that later, it has actually, let's see here, there it is. If we go down a little bit, it has one more option. So, and possibly I think it had a third, but no, it has a few options at least so that you can, you know, you don't make as much, but you will still be making decent credit per ton. So what you do here is let me open this up on a new tab. Actually, it'll probably just open up the same thing, but yeah, let's try it. Let's open this up. Alright, yeah, it's just going to open up the same thing essentially because I have a account through them. But I mean, essentially what you do when you'll get here, you'll come to this website here. What I always do is I go to loop routes because I just like to go back and forth. I'm pretty easy. I set the max distance, so basically I evaluate it on, if I go back over here real quick, there's going to be a lot of jumping in and out of windows. Basically go and see what my jump range is, which you can barely see there, which is 23.25. That's unloaded essentially right now, or 24 light years in this cutter. That's basically what I have. So I like to basically not go up by too much. 48. I mean, the maximum hop distance is 50 light years that you can do, at least of this setting that you use. I like the minimum supply to be around 50,000, and the minimum demand to be around 10,000. My demand should be a little bit higher, but I do find a lot that, you know, you won't find that 6 days is the max price age. I do change it from time to time depending on, but since this, you know, we just launched beta 2, or not beta, we're just after 2.2, the beta there. Not too far, but, you know, it's been a couple weeks now, and, you know, everything's settling out, so I felt like, you know, it's a good time to get back into trading. People have been out, you know, checking stuff out, you know, getting back into the groove of things. And since my allegiance is basically to the Empire, I basically specified Empire, none, or independent, basically because if I go anywhere near, like, the Federation, if I don't drop my, you know, power support for the Empire, I will be attacked by, you know, what would you call them? Those, I can't think of the name of those ships. But they are like the Federal, like, interrogators. I can't think of what they are, but they're like the small Federal ships or Empire ships that, you know, are in your system that, you know, will attack you if you are a part of, you know, oh, I cannot think today. If you're a part of power play, there we go. Cannot think. And since I, you know, only can use a large landing pad, I set this to large landing pads. I don't care about the state or the government, at least not personally, for what I'm doing. It would help if I, you know, specify if I want to be very specific so I can maximize, you know, I guess not the amount, but what was going on in the system to, you know, avoid pirates. Powers, any, I do include planetary because I don't mind landing on planets. And landing pad, like I said, large. The distance, this is actually pretty important because you can get systems that are ridiculously, you can have stations ridiculously far from the main star. And, I mean, you always should check it out beforehand before you jump there if possible. But if you cannot do that, always set this to 850, or not necessarily 850, but just shy under 1,000 light seconds, which is a long time because, I mean, it basically adds on to how much time within the hour, or how many jumps in between two systems you can get within the hour, and, you know, it could affect your profits overall. But I like 850. It seems like a good, range. I did used to have it set to 900 way back when I was doing this with the Anaconda, but that was simply because at the time where I was at and trading, I mean, the one station I wanted to go to that was, doing the best was like 870 light seconds away, so I just had to have it set up. And then for the next part, what you do is you set your location. Now, I like to do stuff, as I said in the Empire, so I'll either set this to Simus, if I pronounce that correctly, or Cubio, and I go from there. So right now, just because, for the heck of it, let's go here. It's going to bring up Cubio, and we're going to go and hit Find Loops. Give it a second here, and you're basically going to, see, a list of possible routes and, areas, people that have updated. You'll see, in minutes to days here. Like this one up here that is 3 days, 3 days. I would not even try because I just assume it has, it's basically dried up. And like if it's been 3 days and it put out around this amount, because yesterday everything was around 3,200. So if this was 3 days, 3 days, I assume everybody has been here and, it's basically dried out. There's probably a little supply, a little demand. No one's been there to update it. The updater looks like this. Mine is currently in black. It's a setting that you can set up. Same with the color differences. So yours will look a little bit different if you're on Windows and if you're on Mac OS. I mean, I don't know if you actually have color settings. I haven't tried on my MacBook yet. But yeah, you have different settings altogether. Or not really different settings, but a different look for it altogether. And basically what happens is I have it set to the hotkey. I have it set to my +/equals key. And yeah, basically what I do is when I get to a station, you can set it to automatically queue when you go to a station, but I like to wait because if I'm on a really good route from here and I don't want, it basically, take it or anything, I will go and, pillage for a while, if you will, or, do the route for about an hour or two, and then I will update at the point when I'm done. So when I'm going on my very last route, when I'm, getting busy or something, I will update the 2 stations I was at so that, they at least have up-to-date, stats on what is going on. And yeah, so that's essentially this. You essentially, choose like a station here. Like, let's see here. Where is the one that we're at? Okay. We'll choose this one here, since it's where we're going. We'll copy it because I'm too lazy to type. And I don't know why I alt-tabbed. Alright, there we go. And yeah, let's get going. Let's pull up the galaxy map. We normally type it in. I already have it, typed in because I was making sure we're ready to go. We'll go here. Go into the system. I like to do this ahead of time. Usually when I'm docking, I have auto dock. So I usually do this at the point of auto docking, which you will see. And I set the station to wherever it is I'm supposed to be going. I mark it, plot route, good to go. Alright, we're all set there. So let's see what we have to pick up and get that picked up and head out. And we will be getting from here, as you can see the arrows, from Bali City. We'll be getting resonating separators, hopefully for this price. I'm not too worried if it's completely wrong for the purposes of this video. But yeah, let's hope that make around this amount. I'm expecting to make probably closer to like the 299 or the 2,900 credits per ton. So yeah, let's get some resonating separators, which will be down yonder. I actually have not picked them up in forever, so please give me a second to at least find them. But yeah, other than that, like I know there's been a lot of stuff going on in Elite Dangerous over alien stuff found, or artifacts or ruins, if you will, of spaceships. And I think that was over at, let me see here, that was over at HIP 178626CA. What a terrible number. But yeah, it was discovered over there, and I definitely want to go check that out if I ever get the chance. I just haven't had the time to, specifically make a trip there and to come back. I mean, that's basically setting aside like maybe an hour or two to do it. And I mean, even with a ship that has decent jump range, which it's just, I actually don't know if I have one set up. So I mean, it'd just be a little bit of a, a time constraint. But yeah, let's pick these up. Now, the overall profits that you receive will depend about how much you can carry. I mean, I do have, quite a few credits down here, so I can't, get a full load. But I mean, if I couldn't, like, if it was basically going to be that, if I got blown up with that load, I would probably have, shorted a little bit. At least that's what I used to do in the past. And, kept myself up with a little bit of barrier. Not necessarily a lot, but just enough to make it so that if I did get blown up, I would obviously get the ship back under like a loan or something, because it wouldn't have been that expensive. It would have been like a hauler, or it would have been an Adler for me actually. But I basically wanted to just make sure I had like a small umbrella. But yeah, let's get out there and see what we can do. Hopefully, we don't get interdicted on this trip. I haven't been seeing that too much lately, but I am in a different part from where I used to be. So yeah, let's get going. And if you do want to actually see like the alien ruins, or want my take on it, because I could definitely make some pretty interesting theories to what I think about it. Do let me know. I guess the Gargoyles. Do let me know in the comments below if that's something you'd like to see. If you want me to go check it out. If you want my take on it, and just let me know, because I'd be more than happy to make the video. I just haven't thought it'd be super interesting, since it's already been covered by basically everybody, and some great YouTubers at the very least. So I've just been like, meh. Of course I came to fight. Oh well. But yeah, just let me know, and I will definitely, make a video like that in the future. So yeah, let's get heading out here. Eventually, let's keep boosting away. There we go. Now this is a 3-jump route. I'm surprised I could make it with 3 jumps. Actually, that can't be right. Let's pull it up here. See if it changes. Nope, it's just gonna be 3. Okay. But yeah. But yeah, do let me know. I'm definitely thinking of doing some, like early on, like tips and tricks on what to do, like with your first couple of ships. I wasn't gonna, completely reset my game, as I don't want to really lose all the progress, and I don't really want to buy another copy of Elite, because I kind of have, beta access on it, or lifetime beta access for this one, and everything's set up. And I thought about getting another one specifically for it, but I just wasn't too sure. But what I might end up doing is, maybe liquidating my assets into ships or something, and doing like a reset like that. Or I was planning on actually just going down, getting a sidewinder, not kitting it out, and basically starting over what my income should or should not be. And of course we're being interdicted here. I'm just gonna throttle down here. Oh, it's just, oh wow, it's an Anaconda. But we've submitted, so I'm just gonna boost off here. Nothing can since I am a cutter, nothing can actually hold me back or mass lock me. So it is one of the nice things about having the ship. But if you are a smaller ship, you'll be able to get away like right away. Like I don't. Wow, he shot plasma at me. What a jerk. Like I don't have very many things on the ship. I have a couple weapons on it. Let's see. Oops, I'll wait for this to go away. I'll just wait for the next system. But I have a couple beam lasers and a couple pulse lasers, and that's about all. And I have like 6C shields, I think. 7C. I can't check until we get out of this. That's my fault for not paying attention to what's going on. But yeah, I don't have much on this ship, as apart from just stuff for trading. And I only have the weapons just in case I got interdicted by something that was annoyingly faster, like just a couple small ships that they weren't going to take out, but it was just to make it not as boring, or if in case I was playing an open by accident and get interdicted, it gives you at least something. Let's see, what I have bi-weaves, yeah, 6C bi-weaves, and 7D thrusters, and a couple shield boosters, proper frame shift drive, yeah, nothing too crazy. But yeah, and it's worked out for me pretty well. I remember when I picked this ship up, like I was super excited because I'd worked insanely hard to get the rank in the short time I had to get this ship. So I was doing it prior to the beta to get the rank, and I didn't actually get it until after post-beta, but I was basically there all the way to Duke. I had like, I think I was, whatever it is before Duke, I can't think of it, but I was like, would have been 70% or something of the way there. When I last looked at it before we got the the percentage allocations dedicated to it. But yeah, it was a challenge, and I didn't really do too many of the the in and out like glitches or cheating or whatever you want to call it. I did do it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, mainly because I was running short on time, so I'm like I have to do this. But by the time I got around to needing to do it like permanently or seriously, they were basically patched up, or at least at the points where I needed to be for the donations. Because I had made a ton of money before even wanting to buy this, because I wanted to get the Anaconda, and I just traded, and I wanted to fit out the Anaconda, like max fit it out, and I was working towards that, and I just ended up turning my Anaconda into a exploration ship, and I bought a FDL, and yeah, that's basically how that all turned out. And then I bought the ship, and I love the ship for trading. I mean, I know it has the space, but I just like the interior of it. I love the seats of the Empire ships, and yeah, it's awesome. Like I wish certain wow, that was a weird glitch. It's been happening a lot lately. I wish certain brands of ships, brands makers would do different seats or different types of styles of stuff like that, because I do know that, I mean, we have two different styles now, the Empire side and I guess the standard. But it'd be nice to have maybe the Type 9, Type 6. I can't think of who makes this. I can't think of their name, but basically that manufacturer have like the standard seat, and then you have stuff that who makes the oh gosh, I can't think of it. Like the Fer-de-Lance has like a slightly different seat, or I don't know. Falcon de Lacy, there we go. I just wish they all had a little bit of a different style to them. But meh, it is what it is. So let's get here, let's get docked, not be interdicted by that guy that was obviously following us. And yeah, let's set this up and see what we can get. How far are we? 6 point whatever. There we go. Just let that auto dock. While that is doing that, we are going to open up the system map. We're going to go back down to. Is it here? Yeah, there we go. One nice thing is when you do come into this setup and you do have trade routes to show on, where you were just at, you should always usually have its trade routes pop up like this, which does make it incredibly easy to spot and all this. I mean, I know you can set it to specifically a I cannot think of it. Set it to a bookmark. There we go. But I mean, it's nice, but I don't want to have to delete when the route dries up and everything at all times. But on certain places where it's high tech and they have a lot of ships, I will definitely mark it with a bookmark. But yeah, let's get in here. I know this would be faster if I docked myself, but most of the time when I'm doing this, I'm either checking a message or Twitter, something like that, and I kind of like the free time that it gets me, because it makes it not such a chore and not such a grind if I do slightly something else. But yeah, that's just me. So let's get docked here and see what we get, how much we get. What are we bringing back? Before I forget, we're bringing back gold. And yeah, so nice. Let's get to that. Let's get docked. They fixed it. If you see that reflection over there on the right there, underneath the fuel gauge there, during the beta, when the super reflective surfaces first came, that was super spazzy. It just constantly flickered like crazy. I am glad they fixed it. But yeah, let's get here, get some fuel, because I don't have a fuel scoop on this ship for obvious reasons. It's just extra space, and if you get anything that's not a large size on a ship like this, it's not worth it. All right, let's set what we have here. Scroll down to it. There it is. Resonating separators. What's the profit? Not that much. What are they even selling for here? Alright. And what we're going to do, since this is only going to be a one route trial here, and then the next thing we're bringing back is gold. We're also going to update this as well, because I am going to look for the routes as well as this. Let me make sure. So normally when I get to a station, especially when it's my first time there and it's like this, I would see, I'm going to buy it for 100 credits more, and I'm pretty sure I sold my stuff for not as much as that. So I do know this route has gone down quite a bit, but I guess I will buy. And actually, before I do that, we can see their supply here is 51,000. So that means, at least for my ship, since I can basically take just under a full, I know they call them tons, full 1,000 tons, I guess. It's I guess I could do the math to figure out how many I could do within the time. I would prefer if it was, like a tantalum here. where it had 1,000,000 or at least 500,000, because 51 is really nothing, and it will dry up in no time. Especially if there are a couple people with large ships, like that's nothing. So I mean, it's always good to look at that, check what you have, and like for this, what I would do after this one is I'd most likely go and check out the planet side mission instead of this, because this is not paying well. But yeah, to do that, I'm gonna hit my equal key here, or actually, I'll pull this up so you can see as well. Gonna hit this key here. Actually, it doesn't work when I pull it up like that. Okay, interesting. But we're going to fetch the data. It's gonna send it over in a second. Any day now. There we go. And then we're going to, what I usually do then, is I go check it out. I refresh this page. And I'll do this generally, like if I've been doing it for an hour yet. See, I am not making much at all on this. But I mean, this isn't a terrible route. Like right here, for 2,800 credits per ton. I mean, I do know there are better, but if you're like me and you want to stick to like your area of space, I mean, right now it's pretty slim pickings out there. So you gotta take what you can get. But if you do get in like a run and it's like looking like everything else is drying up, stick with that run for quite some time, as long as you can. Don't update if you don't have to. Like, I hate to say that, because I mean, I personally like to know of the good routes. But yeah, so let's get back down to the next station, and yeah, I'll see you guys when we get there. Alright guys, here we are, back in the system. And if you're curious to how long this actually took me to do and go through, you can check out the clock up there, at the beginning and the end, and just kind of subtract. I did get interdicted on the way back, but I just did boosted away right away. So, I mean, there's that. This route, while I guess it pays okay, seems pretty sketchy on the front of on interdictions at least. It seems like there are quite a few unprotected systems in the line of it, so I would normally not do this route just because it's kind of annoying. I mean, I don't mind being interdicted once in a while, but both times in the same system makes it really annoying. I wish I could just, on the Galaxy map say, do not go here, like specifically to that system. It would be a huge help in, just avoiding, stuff like that. Even if it takes one extra jump, it would be totally worth it not to deal with that. As, I mean, it's essentially another jump, but you just don't get shot at, so it would just be a nice thing. But I'm gonna pay my fine here. We're gonna sell this, and I guess that'll basically be everything. And my auto dock has been doing that quite a bit lately. But if you save it at the end like that, I mean, you'll do fine. Whoa, okay, backwards. Other way. There we go. Yeah, it's been doing that a lot lately. I don't know why. I know everybody, is against auto dock. It recently just got, really bad. But, and another fine for reckless flying. They're just out to get me. This is awful. It's like 300 credits. But I do remember when like 300 credits would like bankrupt me. There was a time when it was that broke. It was not fun. What? Okay, what is going on here? Let's get up here a little bit. Back up. Land it myself at this point. Where to land? There we go. That was really annoying. That was a really bad landing there. Don't know what happened. We worked so fine at the last station, but just here. Yeah, it says a little bit, a few bugs. Not enough to like damage blow you up unless you completely like alt tab away. But or like look at a different window. But it's here nor there. Like it never used to be this bad, at least personally to me. Like I only had an issue with it ever once before. And yeah, let's see here. Get my chaff back. It was an FDL actually that interdicted me. So, yep, oh crap, my fines. Let's pay the fines. Before I forget, yeah, 300 credits of fines. And they're about to make so much more off of me, I assume. And yeah, let's get rid of these. Gold. There we go. That's where the million is. So, what was that? It's like 1.7 million? Actually, I have no idea how much my first go was. I completely forgot. But, like, okay, I'll say 1.5 million, because at the very least it was probably that. But, yeah, so not good, not great, not terrible. I mean, you can definitely do this in combat as well. Like, don't get me wrong. The only difference is with trading, you don't necessarily have to, always die, and that doesn't always have to loom over you, unless you go through, the crappy system that I went through that just always wanted to have a ship there waiting for you. I guess it was just because it was a lawless area. So let's, yeah, there we go. And anything increase over here? Almost the Billionaires Club. Getting there. But yeah, so pretty good. As you can see, I have absolutely no mining because the one time I did try mining, I got really mad, rage quitted, and erased the account. It was when I was first starting out, and the first thing I tried was like, oh, mining should be a decent way to earn money. I'll go and get whatever the most expensive thing is, mine and do it. But I was doing it in like a Sidewinder, which is a terrible idea for mining because you have like one cargo slot, one slot for the refinery, and you can only like keep like two things, so it takes literally ages. And that was at a time like right before the scanner had come out to like scan materials or scan what the asteroid had in it. It was a hard time. But yeah, and I guess there's a little bit of my exploration data and my weeks of playtime, which make it look really sad for the little that I've accomplished in that time, because I just like to play the game. Occasionally I've just left it on, and yeah, that's added up as well. So I guess that is it, guys. If there's anything else you'd like to see, in the near future or something, do let me know. My next few videos are definitely going to be more along the lines of like Softwares Inc. and City Skylines. Not because of anything else, just because I'll be doing trading in this, and I know that's not going to be that interesting. But yeah, if you do want to see something else, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to make a video on it, give some thoughts. If you want to know something specific about the game or tutorial on something, definitely let me know, and we'll definitely try and get that out to you. But in the meantime, guys, yes, I will see you all next time.